Hello, welcome back to 喋喋不休，我是喋喋，
我是阿咪。
今天我们要讲的是
thought process， 因为我们上一集我们是有讲到 I think nowadays 很多 like a lot of what social media does is they tell you what to think about and not how to think. So 我觉得 like I feel like a lot of things are information fed down our throat, like 就是 like you may not even have the opportunity to really process, and people will tell you that I think this because of this, and then you just yeah makes sense, and then you think that is your opinion now, but actually 你其实自己没有 process 过这个东西的。
其实说真的啦，我的 thought process 不是很好的啦，就是我会to be honest，我每次会相信那个 post， 但是说真的，你会突然间想到，好像又不是这样一回事。是我是 depends on 是什么事情。如果有些很 straightforward， 我就会懒惰去想了。如果是一些需要想，我就需要想这样子。
Yeah, I think a lot of it is like, especially okay, one of it that I see a lot that and I have the most opinion about is like dating advice. 我觉得你知道吗？现在有很多那些他一定要帮你开门 and then like you need to make him pay for everything. Then 我就觉得 can you use your brain to process first or not? Like 你觉得 yes, like okay, yeah, on paper of course it sounds great, right? Like 那个人like 对方帮你还 everything and then 他帮你开门 and everything, but you need to consider 你要求这个人这样子，你有没有想过你需要是一个怎样的人 ？Right? Sorry， 讲难听一点，是如果你是那种你在家里是大喇喇，not to say you don't not to say that you need to be a certain kind of person to get certain treatment, right? But we're saying that 其实你喜欢这样子的东西嘛？因为 I know that like 我有遇过一个人是讲是咯 like when 人家 like 那个人帮他跟人家去 dating 的时候，他就会觉得那个人是应该帮他还钱的。But at the same time, right， 你要理解的是not a lot of people are willing to pay if they get nothing in return. 因为 it's not, and the thing is, of course, I don't think I don't think that opinion is right because 他们那边也是听出来的 ，okay? They feel like, you know, 我买 dinner 给你 then now you owe me something, right? But you shouldn't pay if you don't want to pay.
Yeah.
But you shouldn't pay and then expect that now they owe you something.
Yeah. 我觉得这是对的。
So I think it's 你要 think from two side perspective. So 我觉得 the first one I want to talk about is maybe 换位思考。Right?
Yeah, 对。
It is, for example, like sometimes it's not so straightforward, right? But and not to say that okay, like I said, right, if it's too good to be true, maybe it's too good to be true, you know what I'm saying? If it sounds too good to be true, maybe it's too good to be true, right? One of it that I think 你换位思考的就是 ladies night at clubs. 你懂吗？就是你懂你有来 I think don't know which day 啦，你去 club 的话，女子进去是免费的 and you get a free drink.
Ladies day, okay.
Yeah, but the thing is like 你有没有想过为什么会有 ladies night? The whole reason why there is ladies night is because on that day there will be a lot of ladies in the club, and the reason why, and this will attract a lot of guys to come in the club, and that's where they make money. 你要 think from the perspective of the business. 你不是看ladies night free drink, so I go for free drink.
Ladies night 男子可以进的咩？
可以，只是女子不用还钱不了。Yeah.
我一直以为 ladies night 就
13呢。
我哪里知道？我就以为 ladies night 只有 ladies 可以进吧，懂不懂？
没有。I'm sure there are different types of ladies night, but for club, from a club perspective 是不会管。如果是 ladies night 的话，一定他们会 charge 更多 for ladies only to come in, right? 他不要，如果你不要男子进来。But guys are the one that are spending money 嘛。And the thing is, if it is free, if you go in for free, then you are the product. You are what is helping them attract their customers. 因为他们不是来做慈善的。
对。
Right? So I think 这个是换位思考的 like one of the more important things to protect yourself from. Right? But 换位思考 is also very important to put yourself in other people's shoe.
Yeah.
So
我觉得不只是爱情啦，我觉得工作上你也是很需要这个东西啦，不然你会生存不了啊。我只能讲在社会很难生存。
Exactly, and 换位思考 is one of the most important things you need to know for negotiation.
Yeah, 真的需要。
对，因为你没有用的，你跟那个人讲，你做快一点，我的 deadline 到了。Why they care about your deadline?
Yeah,
right? But you should tell them that, okay.
就是你不要逼人家，就是要想到人家需要做什么东西啊。他的大概就是他的 deadline 是什么，他还有其他东西做没有啊？不是当然做你的东西罢了，所以你就要想这些东西的，不是来一昧的跟你讲不行，你可以改没有？这就是
对，
这就是我今天发生的事情啊，我就觉得好累。
Is it?
Yeah, 我今天就也不是啊，因为就是我的 junior 啦 ，I mean， 就有一个东西，我老板就要改，可是因为我们现在是2个 party 嘛，不是我一个人要改的嘛，另外一个 party 也要改，可是另外一个 party 的东西已经被 approve， 已经搞定了，可是我这个 party，我这边的东西还没有做完，我要态度他们像 intercompany 这样的东西，所以我就觉得，哎呦，这个东西可以下个月再 clear 一些 outstanding 啦，你这个月就 pass 过了。我的老板坚持不要，他就问，有这么困难改吗？ What is the difficulty? Any difficulty to correct it? 我直接OK, fine， 这就是人不会再站在人家角度想法，我就觉得这件事情就会搞到大家有点不愉快，有时候。
But in terms of like negotiation 的话 right? It's like for example, 你要人家帮你做东西，你要跟他讲对他有什么好处。
对对对。
How there is no reason they have to care about why it's good for you, right? Another one that I want to talk about is also my personal favorite is first principles thinking. So first principle thinking 是一开始是it's originally from Aristotle, but after that it was popularized, and that's how I know about it by Elon Musk.
Oh, okay.
对 ，so the first principle thinking 它的 primary focus is just to break down the problem to the most basic fundamental truths, and then you build a solution up there. So in Elon Musk 的那个example is that 他那个时候是要建火箭嘛 ，then 他那个人就跟他讲火箭很贵 and everything like that， then 他就发现到 yes 买火箭很贵 ，and then 他就去想 ，OK actually 是贵在哪里？ Right? 那 I realize 是那个I think 那个shoot up 的那个东西啊，那个 engine or whatever it's called, right? Then 他就想到讲 ，OK, yeah, building that one is the most expensive, but why? Why is it expensive? It is expensive because it takes a lot of work and everything like that to make one big 这个东西。Then the next question is why do I need one big one, right? And then can I alternatively put a couple of small ones, and that's what he did in the end. Because small ones are cheaper. So it's to understand your problem and then ask why, and then ask more why, and then ask why again, and then how do I fix it? Yeah.
所以他是一个很厉害的人，就是这样子咯。
对 and actually this is a very popular engineering process also. It's not like 他造的 yeah. It's not created by him. It is just that he made it very popular. But I think I use it a lot in a lot of things in my life also, right? Like for example, we go to one that is less politically aggressive, right? So let's talk about dating, because dating is the least politically. I don't want to talk about dating also, but it's the least politically right? But like for example, is that okay? You want to look for example is that okay, like for me, right, 我会写一个 list of all the criteria that I personally want. Then after that, I will ask why in every single one of it. So for example, is 我比较喜欢比我大的, and then my why is that because they're more mentally mature. Then actually, what I want is mentally mature. It is not 他们要大过我, because 大过我 doesn't mean mentally mature. So it's to question, and of course this is not a good example of it, but like another way of like first principles thinking is to like you ask enough why. First is to ask enough. You deconstruct it enough to the most basic one, right? So for example, is that 你要 let's say we want to start trading, for example, right?
Okay.
Actually, why do you want to do trading? You just want extra income, right? And then what is the problem of you starting trading, for example? Maybe it takes a lot of time, right? Then is there a solution to use less time? And if in the end, actually I just want some extra income and putting in FD is actually solves most of my problems with the least amount of work. Then that's how you get to a solution. Instead of harping on, I need to learn how to trade. You should figure out why do you want to learn how to trade? What does learning how to trade bring you? Why do you want it? Another thing that I think it is lost in translation also is, for example, career ladder. A lot of people just want to chase the career ladder just to chase the career ladder, right? But you never ask why. Is it an extra income? Why do you want the extra income for? Is it because you have kids that you now need more money to sustain? Then that's too bad. You have to make money somewhere, right? But if it is just that you climb the career ladder because you want more money to live a good life, then you have to question yourself: is spending more hours at work actually giving you a better life? Right? So it's a lot of asking why, and then you break it down and then like solve the problem. But this is more a thought process point of view. It's a modified first principle, right? But like originally first principle is more like, okay, the light is very expensive. How do I solve it? How do I make this place brighter, right? Or like I don't have enough space to put stuff. Why? Because not enough cabinets. Okay, then it's cabinets. Where can I put the cabinets? And then what should the cabinet be? Like you ask enough of whys, and then you get into a problem, right? Of course, this is used for more complex things in most of the cases, like maybe economy or social issues, right? But it's one of those thinking methods lah that I personally really like. And then another one that I also really like is asking enough why. I don't know what's the official name for this, but asking enough whys and then you ask a how.
没有，不是一样东西咩？跟他前面那个，刚才你讲的那个
刚才那个是 to deconstruct. So okay, like so first principle basis is more like deconstruct in a way that okay, I need take for example, I need to start a podcast, right? And then you will first I need good lighting, so there are different leagues, right? I need good lighting, I need a good mic, I need a good partner, I need a good schedule, right? But actually then you think about it, okay, how much money I need to actually spend? I need to spend a lot on all this 东西, right? But actually what is the fundamental important things? It is my being able to do to actually do the podcast, and also actually having the ability, the skill sets to do the podcast. So and 其他的东西 actually yes, you might not have a mic, but you can have a passable mic, right? So actually the fundamental cost is like 我们这样子 just do a Zoom call $0.
对
You know what I mean? So this is one example of like breaking it down to the bare minimum. It's like, okay, for example, 你买屋子 and like you know renovation is the one that costs a lot of money. Then you realize that actually I don't have to renovate so many things. I just need to make sure that the piping is fine. Then you save a lot of money. And then like for example, like 我的 parents 这样子 right, 以前买屋子没有钱嘛 right, the whole house 其实只有一个地浪跟一个沙发罢了，什么都没有。So it's actually what do you fundamentally need, right? Like the most basic of all. Like I think the first principle basis also can be applied to, for example, getting fit. Like you don't like it's very daunting to think about when you're like, oh no, I go to the gym, then I don't know if my form is good, I don't know if I'm doing enough weights, I don't know if I'm going to hurt myself, this东西. But if you just fundamentally break down to okay, what are you trying to achieve? You're trying to lean out, okay, you're trying to gain more muscles, right? And actually 这些东西 you only need two things, which is added weight strain on your muscle and also a clean diet. then 其实你这样子的话 you are fundamentally breaking it down to much simpler terms. Then after that, you build it back up to say like, okay, I've already learned the basics 这些东西 I more or less know how the muscle feels like. Then maybe I can start going to the gym and then using the machines instead.
就是说要就是一个字初心，就是你要做这东西的原因是什么？最初那个原因，最
Yes.
最 basic 的那个东西对了啦。
最 basic 的 problem you're trying to solve. And then you solve that, then pretty much everything else will solve itself.
Yeah. Okay. Then the next one 你讲的是不一样的是
the why, the ask enough whys until you reach a how is more of like what actually I should have said this one earlier, but because this one is more related to I said 那个 modified first principle thinking, right? More or less the same lah, right? But it's like you ask enough whys until you reach a how. So for example, it's like why do I care about what people think, right? Then it could be because I care about why the way people see me. Okay, then you ask again why, because I like how they see me is going to reflect on my career. It's going to reflect on how they treat me. Okay, why? Right? And then like is it because the fundamental problem is what you're doing a problem, or is it your environment a problem? Right?
Okay.
Then you ask enough questions already. Okay, if your personality is the problem, maybe think about, is this a personality trait I want to keep on myself, or is it something that I can consider changing, right? Or change your environment, move a country, change your friends, whatever, you know?
这就是 how 了咯。
Yeah. So you ask enough whys and then you reach a how. So for example, it's like 我 consider to move back to Malaysia, for example, right? Why? Why am I thinking to go back to Malaysia? Like or like, okay, why did I come to Singapore, for example? It's like, I wanted to learn like I wanted to learn more regional things, right? So I came to Singapore. And then like, why do you want to learn regional things? Because I want to progress in my career. Why do you want to progress in your career? So that I can earn more money. Why do you want to earn more money? So that I can have a good life. And why do you want a good life? There's no more why, then you ask how. That's how do I have a good life? Then you ask back the questions of like, okay, in order to have a good life, does it coincide with spending 70 hours a week in the office? Does it align? You reconsider everything else. So, and I think this also goes to like whether or not you choose to buy a house, for example, right? Maybe you start with why I want to buy a house. Okay, why? Because all of my friends have a house. Very easy. You just don't go already. Then just don't buy a house. Like it's so easy for you to have a thought process about it, and then you can just nobody's asking you to go all the way, but you can reach there and you're like, you know what? Actually, I don't have to do it. And it's done already. You know what I'm saying? Or like,
就他的不一定就是你的 thought process 不一定到最后是你会去做的。有可能他到最后就是你觉得这些东西根本就是一个废话，也不需要。
Yeah, sometimes it's like a self-reflection 的东西。Like you need to understand, like it's like okay, for example, for 我自己 right? Before I buy anything, right? 我会问我自己 if I buy 不是需不需要 if I buy right and I cannot tell anybody about it and I cannot post on social media about it, would I still buy?
Okay.
You know,
这个蛮重要一下，
Yeah, because it's like let's go back to the
喜欢这东西没有来Yeah,
I don't care about the labubu. Personal preference. Okay, I personally don't like the labubu.
Me too.
But it's just that 你看到人家买，你是有时候心痒痒讲话。I wonder what's the hype about. Maybe I should go and buy and see. But actually, I think about it, right? If I cannot post on social media and I cannot tell anybody that I have whatever labubu I'm having, right? I wouldn't buy.
它就是一个我觉得每个人买来就是来嘿嘿炫耀的东西。对，如果你想，你觉得不需要，算了啦，喂。
Yeah. Okay, but I can also see labubu being a very good common topic. Bringer. Like, so I think if you do sales and then you have a labubu, I think that's very good for you. You know, like it helps in your career. But that's a different thing. You know what I'm saying? That's why that's a different of like that's a different why, right? Like, why do I buy the boo so that I can have common topic with my client and go, boom, this is a good solution, you know?
I mean, okay, can.
It works. 我以前我有一个senior, right? 他特地去玩 Pokemon Go, because 我们的那个 staffing admin 很喜欢玩 Pokemon Go, 所以还经常去陪他玩 Pokemon Go, so that 他可以拿到多一点 stuff.
哇，这个不是不错的哦。Okay, I see.
But okay, this one goes back to 我们的 first one, which is 换位思考. Why would she want to help you? Because she has a relationship with you. And then how do you? So it's also another method of thinking.
Okay, correct. 是。Yeah. 很好笑的，我也要多一点 stuff， 所以你去拿 Pokemon， 不是跟那个
很好笑
stuff 什么 stuff manager admin 玩 Pokemon Go，which is a good idea， 说一下。
Yeah， 这个是事半功倍的一个东西来的。
对。
那个很好笑，因为我记得 right that day 那一天来，我看到是I had to tell him that 那个谁resign 了，你知道吗？就是我们的 team 的人他整个晚上他已经睡2个小时something like that 罢了，那他的头发是很乱，你懂那种刚刚睡醒的头发的那种，因为他眼睛很 shake 了，他就拿电话出来开 Pokemon Go。我讲有听到我讲吗？我讲那个人 resign 了，我讲知道，然后他就要走我讲去哪里？他讲去找那个 staff admin 给他玩一下 Pokemon Go 给他讨 staff 好笑了，
超搞笑
我那时候我就脑洞大开，我就觉得哇，还有这个办法没有想过。
我也是没有想过说真的，他的 thought process 不错一下，这个 not bad.
Yeah, but this is the same thing as like, you know, if you have a purpose of like you can think of other ways to 你换位思考的话，你省很多东西。
Yeah. 其实这是一个很好的办法，说真的，换位思考是一个做很多，你会很多事情省略了很多 process。
对，而且很多东西是。而且很多东西是 right, like especially in I think in the corporate setting, for example, right?
Yeah.
You just have to think, okay, 我如果这样子跟我老板讲的话，他会问我什么东西？
对。
Then you go and find that out first before 他问你。Then when you 给你的 solution, you give everything all one shot.
I think 我需要这个换位思考，我需要了解我老板在讲什么东西。
And 这个是 trial and error. It's always trial and error, but like it's very important to just consider 这个 point of view because 我是被骂，我是被我们的2位大哥骂到学会的啦。他讲你都知道我会问这个东西了，你还不去想一下先？然后我说yeah, you're right actually. 所以 actually 我在我们的公司那个时候，我每天都骂我都是actually you're right， 然后我就走掉because I know they're right.
Yeah, but yeah 是我那时应该被中骂到很严重过。
我那时候经常中骂，然后 I think half of the time 一定来这个女孩子不知道下，不懂但是不知道她在被骂，或者like she really don't care that 她在被骂。
I think so.
他每天讲我的，我就
OK fine.
没有理由的，我会给他超过啦。But like if not, I accept because for me, I'm full responsibility 的那种，就是like, okay, you know what? If I screwed up, and this is the consequence, too bad. It's like, okay, I think it the same. Okay, for me personally, I think a theory or a thinking theory is true when you can apply it to 2 or more situations. So for example, is that the litmus testing, right, also works. The shopping that 我讲 if I cannot post on social media and I cannot tell anybody about it, would I still do it? It's the same for if I make a decision to do anything. So for example is 做慈善 right? Like if I cannot post and I cannot tell anybody about it, would I still do it? And I would. And so I would do it.
Yeah.
You know? And if say like for example dating, right? If I cannot tell anybody that I'm dating this person, based on what I know about the person, would I still date this person? And sometimes the answer is no. Because they are not a great person. But it works, you know, like the thinking can be applied for multiple places, right? And this situation is the same as like 我觉得 my thought process of like, okay, it's if I screw up somewhere, it is completely my fault and I accept it. It's the same as like, touch wood, let's say 我驾车 then 我没有带 seat belt, then 我撞车 then 我死了 then is it not just my fault? Can I really blame anybody about it? It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Maybe 你 你没有撞车 right? But then that's you being lucky.
Yeah.
But if you are harmed because of your own actions, then it is your fault. So it's a lot of like you need to be very honest with yourself, right? But speaking of that, I think another thing is that I feel one of the most important and the most important thing before you even have a thinking process, right, is to be 100% honest with yourself. I am a big advocate of being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Even if you lie to the whole world, just be honest with yourself. You know, like you can, and I think this is where some people forget, right? Being honest with yourself doesn't only mean the bad parts. It's also the good parts. Like if you are good at something, you are good at something. Just be honest with yourself and accept that you're good at it.
Yeah, but 你知道，如果通常人家 honest to yourself, right? 他不会 honest to yourself 的 as in 就是你是一个好在哪里，知道吧？因为
对
所以这种是一个值得学习的东西，我觉得。
对，it's a 值得 highlight 的东西。对，那你 recently 你有学到什么东西 honest about yourself？
我还没有学到东西。
有啦，很聪明。And I think you're very open-minded in a sense that you are very willing to reconsider what you have thought about. And I think that's a very good plus point also. I think being able to change your mind is also very important. Thinking process, right? Because you cannot just accept one fact and then just run with it for the rest of your life, right? So
对。And then 我觉得有一个事情就是你 accept 人家的 comment or
yes，
然后 OK 不是 blindly accept OK 就是你 accept 了然后你要 think about it 然后你才觉得那个是对还是错，你不可以 accept 了like blindly accept 人家讲人家错了还是一样错嘛。
Correct. And I think it's also very important to just accept that, you know what, if I think one way and you think one way and it doesn't really affect us in a very deep level, right? We can just agree to disagree. It doesn't matter, right? It's like, for example, if you love hiking, I don't like. You love badminton, I don't love badminton. You can go play badminton and I don't play badminton. It's fine.
You can just
go have brunch after that, after your badminton and after I wake up, right? But if it is things like that are 怎样讲啊？it is against 你的三观 then maybe you need to think about like if this person is still, and I personally don't advocate changing the person, right? You can propose your point of view and if you all don't agree, you can reconsider their position in your life, not because they don't agree with you, but because 你们的三观不一致。
对
Yeah，
我也是这样觉得。
And another last one that I personally also really like is like the 80-20 rule.
Which is 80-80 rules. Okay.
80-20, which means that 80% of your outcome come from 20% of your input. Yeah, so I like a good deal when it comes to the 80-20 rule, which means that I want like more than 80% of my outcome come from less than 20% of my efforts. And of course, you see the difference is
possible 吗？说真的，我在讲有一个 example that 可以是 80-20 rules 吗？
Yes. Okay. I take for example, right? For me, I feel that which is why 我觉得是cooking at home. Cooking at home is my 20% effort. First of all, because 我不是很挑啦 to be fair, like 食物 wise 我不是很挑 but the 80% outcome is that first of all, I can make sure that I get enough nutrients, right? The nutrients that I am looking to put in. Second of all, save a lot of money because you already planned out like more or less what you're going to use. Okay, and also part of the 80-20 rule is that it's not just that my effort is not in cooking, my effort is in planning what I buy. That's it. That's my effort. Because in the end, what I cook is 90% of the time just soup, right?
But cooking is effort 嘛，不是咩？
对 but it doesn't take a lot of brain effort. for me.
Okay.
Most of the time, I just throw it in the air fryer, right? I either throw in the air fryer, throw in the microwave, throw in the pot. That's it. I don't really like stir fry or whatever, right? So it's very low effort in that sense. But my effort is mostly just thinking about, like, okay, I bought carrots, so I cannot buy orange and pumpkin because that's too much vitamin C in a week, right? You know, like, it's more of that, right? And then, like, okay, I have orange color, I need to buy a purple color, so I need to buy a purple color. So, like, it's more of the effort is in buying groceries, but
the effort, okay.
But that's how you get your the very
你不用想 No, I mean 你不用想那些你要煮什么东西，那个也是 effort 吧，不是咩？
Yeah, but it's much less effort 咯。
Okay.
因为 okay,
for me it's like 你要很大 effort 来煮一个东西耶。I mean like 不是啦，如果你自己一个人吃还好。I mean 可是因为你是煮给你的未婚夫也是嘛，不是咩
？Yeah, but most of the time. So like, but I think that is a fun process for me. So that I think maybe because to me that's fun, so it's not so much of effort. But at the same time, also, it helps you, like, okay, so that comes as part of the 80% result because I feel that helps me become more creative. So that is part of the results also. So even though it's effort, yes, but it also translates into results because I have to be creative with what I choose to cook, creative with what I choose to buy. And then also I learn about what, how each things change when they are cooked and when they are cooked differently, right? And then also there's a lot of results that come out of it because I get to technically hands-on learn about like nutrition and cooking, right? And then secondly, save money because you cook yourself. You definitely save money from just delivery fees. Okay, like. Whatever, I don't care if you say like, you know, buying outside is the same amount of money. Yes, I can see, you know, like if you count all the olive oil and whatever the sauces that you buy. Yeah. But some people actually more or less the same because like, okay, in Singapore you can buy a chicken rice for 350, but your nutrition where? You know what I mean? Like 你要吃饱的话 is very different, right? But in terms of like maybe even if you just don't talk about the price difference in eating out or buying it, right? Delivery fees 你就省了。And I don't have to wait.
Yeah.
And then and also I feel like it's a skill set. So that comes as part of the results also. So this is a very good deal in that sense. For me.
这样如果是那种 corporate world, I mean as in 因为这个是家里比较 like 你的私底下嘛，可是 corporate world 的话 80-20 我要怎么样
80-20? Okay, a bit toxic, but focus on 你的大老板教你做什么东西 because that's what is seen up there. So like 如果我知道是大老板会看的东西 right, I will spend maybe an extra 15 minutes to double check 多一次 even if I don't have time. But it's worth it because 我多这个 effort, whatever that is sent to 我的大老板, they will see that it is work, it is quality work. Not to say that you half-ass everything you do in between, but like I probably would spend extra 5 minutes instead of 15 minutes. And then maybe
聪明一点
聪明一点 and also another example of 20%, 20-80 is that 80-20 is that I am willing to spend time to 做一个 template that I can just auto-populate from 我的 raw data. And then every month I save that extra 40 minutes to clean up 那个 data. So it is 20% effort, but it is 80% results because I save a lot of time from it. Maybe I spend 2 hours doing this thing, right? But if I use it every week, actually 我已经 save 那个时间起来了。
对，是真的。So
this is more and 这个 can be used as a portfolio. 你可以 share to other people, and then that gives you credibility elsewhere. So all these are parts of results. Yeah. So and then the rest of like the 80-20 is that, for example, okay, so like the 80-20 and the opposite example would be, for example, we use the gym for example, right? Okay. You exercise a lot, okay? But the thing is, right, 你 exercise, I think if you, I don't know, don't quote me on this, but I think estimatedly if you run for 1 hour, it's like 400 calories or something like you burn 400 calories. Yeah. If you are and 这个 400 is like a rough estimate because it really depends on how much muscle and like what's your weight, what's your height, how much muscle you have and everything of that sort, right? But it's and 80-20 that would be like you exercise a lot, but you don't care about
your food intake.
The input.
Yeah.
So that is the 80-20, which is like it is important to build muscles, it is important to all that, right? But if you go with the 80-20 rule, it's more important for you to really do strength training to build muscle. Because you go for maybe half an hour. I haven't started lah. 我回来了，我会 start strength training, but now I just do basic push-ups and shit lah. Okay, like I don't have.
哇，你还会 push up 不错一些嘞，其实。
Yeah, I tried. Hey, you'll make a difference anyway. But if you focus on building muscle, it's not just about you build muscles, then you're more toned, you're more defined. That's very important and everything like that. But if in case of anything, 你跌倒啊，什么东西啊, the muscles protect you more than fats. So regardless, it is just that's where the 20-80 comes about because that makes more sense to do it because your benefits are higher.
对.
And also again, this one applies to so I think this is a very good example of like what I think by like if a theory only makes sense to me if they can be applied to 2 or more places. So 我们刚才有讲的 so like when it comes to 你自己的 lifestyle and also like corporate, it is applicable. You can apply it on anywhere else in your like money, financial decisions also. So I think moral of the story is don't let people tell you how to think, tell you what to think. Don't trust people blindly.
Yeah.
You need to have your own thought process.
Yes.
You can take other people's opinion and consider it a candidate of what your opinion might be. But you cannot take it completely. And half-ass it.
Yes. 我觉得这是很重要的东西，就是不要跟
critical thinking.
不要跟人家走罢了。就是人家跟你讲的东西不一定是 at least 你要去 verify 这个东西是不是一个对的东西。At least 最好是去一个 verify 一下，这东西是对的，然后你又不要想比较多一点点的。
就是if not 你很容易给人家 manipulate 的。And that is the worst.
Yes.
AI is really very hard to distinguish really. We don't want to get scammed when we're old. We need to be diligent and prevent Alzheimer's.
Anyway.
Bye.
Bye.